everyone. Welcome to our May App Talk. We're so excited to have you here and to be talking about our next big feature, which is care logs. And with me today, I have Bar from our product team and Christopher from our customer support team to guide us through the conversation and introduce this amazing new feature to you all. To introduce myself quickly, I'm Mackenzie. I am on the brand and community team here. So you'll see me around in the community and on the blog and in a few other places related to Nanit. In addition to this, we have Christopher, who is on our customer support team. If you want to just quickly introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Christopher. I'm on our customer support team, and I've worked closely with everyone here, and always happy to help out when I can.
And true product expert. And then we have another product expert here, Bar, who is a product manager here at Nanit. If you want to just introduce yourself briefly.
Hi everyone, I'm Bar. I'm the product manager, one of the product manager here at Nanit, and I'm very excited to finally launch this special feature that we're going to talk about today.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. And just a quick housekeeping note, this session will be recorded and posted in the community either later today or tomorrow. And we'll also send out an email to everyone who RSVP'd with a link to that recording. We do these once a month. So the last Thursday of each month, we'll have a product related session. So would recommend keeping an eye out in the community for the next one that will be at the end of June. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat, what you want to hear more from either Bar or Christopher or myself. And also, yeah, feel free to drop in the chat where you're joining from, how many kids you have, and how long you've been using Nanit for. So let's jump right in. I'll do a really, really brief overview of care logs because I'm super excited personally about this feature. We have been talking about this for so long, and it's really going to be the next evolution of Nanit, the Nanit app. We've been experts in sleep for a very long time and have that amazing, all the amazing features that you all are familiar with. And now we're really expanding outside of the crib with the introduction of care logs. So as part of our evolution, we are now offering the ability to log your baby's activities right within the Nanit app. And this really can help reduce your mental load and understand your baby's patterns and wellness more holistically, because we know that, sleep is a huge key pillar and tenet, but there's so much more beyond that we do as parents every day. And Nanit can really help you see all of that holistically in one place. So extremely excited. I'll kick it over to you, Bar, if you could give us a brief introduction of the feature and tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So we know that a lot of parents, especially when the babies are really, really young, in newborn, everything is chaotic. You don't know what time is it, what day is it, what already happened, what didn't happen. So a lot of parents are using apps or notebooks to log and write down what their baby's activities were. When was the last time you changed the baby's diaper? When was the last time he was feeding? So now you can do it in the Nanit app. Once we are also automatically logged the baby sleep as part of the Nanit camera, AI and algorithms, now we can add the baby's activities and what was last change and status, and you can also share it between caregivers, parents, babysitters, nannies, whoever you want to share it with, and just keep monitoring your baby's wellness.
Awesome. Yeah, and I know it's so common for all of us to have 100 different apps for everything, and having a baby tracker and the Nanit app and everything. It's amazing to think about having it all in one place and be able to really see it holistically and see how their sleep interacts with their feeding and everything. Awesome. Could you tell us a little bit about when this feature is rolling out, when users can expect to start seeing it?
Sure. So we started rolling out a little bit this week. Everyone should see it and get the new version next week. All iOS users should see it really soon. It includes diaper change, bottle feed, and nursing. As you mentioned, Mackenzie, yeah. This is how it looks like. You can find it in the app, in the activity tab. So we have this new button in the activity tab that you can add more logs to it, and you can add what kind of diaper change, what kind of diaper did you change, what was in it, what was the content. You can add the time and date and leave a note if something was especially something you need to remember, or tell the doctor, or tell your parent, like your spouse. And you can also log nursing. Nursing, what's really cool is that you can also log it when it's happening, like when you're actually nursing and you just want to start a timer and let it run instead of remember when was it, how long did it take. You can just start a timer, but you can also log it retrospectively. And obviously you can also add bottle feed with the amount of how much the baby fed. We also support milliliters for really young and small babies that are not feeding in ounces just yet, and starting with milliliters. You can also log with this volume. And then when you save it, you can see it on the activity tab with all the others of the Nanit features and events on the activity tab.
Awesome. And something else that I think is really cool is that your care team can also see that the logs, and they can add logs as well. So anyone who is an owner or an admin in the app is just already in there and collaborating. You don't have to ask, your grandmother or your mom, baby's grandmother, to download another app and log in and everything. It's really just right there, and it makes things so much easier for parents.
Right. And there's no insights required. Like for this feature, it's open for everyone. You can also see all the logs in the past that you added. So it's forever there.
Awesome. Yeah. Great. Well, if there's any questions coming in, feel free to drop in the chat, and we'll get to them towards the end. One thing that I'd love to talk a little bit about and hear from you, Bar, is where, what the next evolution of this is, and kind of where we go from here, because I know we have a lot more planned beyond just these three.
Totally. So it's like, as you said, it's such a wide and bigger vision for Nanit, because we are already expert at sleep, expert at everything in crib, and now we're looking at beyond the crib, and what also is on their mind of the parents, like what help do they need to survive this time that it's so critical for everyone. So we are thinking about a few options. We also want to hear from people who are using it. What do they like? What don't they like? What they want us to have? We want to do more logs, and we want to do some kind of summary, and we want to do some kind of a week view. So there's a lot of interesting options here. But the most important thing for us is hearing our users and how they want the product to feel like and have like. So that's the top thing that we want to know.
So yeah, and a great place to share that is in the Nanit community. We always are getting feedback about products and features that you'd love to see. We'll be posting an official kind of launch post for care logs at the beginning of next week. So keep an eye out for that in the Nanit news category. And that is a great place to just share your feedback of, what you're liking so far as you're starting to get the new feature, and also what you'd love to see next, and what would be most useful to you. All right. So just to take it back a step or so, I'm sure we have a lot of different, or it looks like we have a lot of different parents of different ages. I'd love to talk a little bit about, for these logs, when is a great time to log, and kind of what's a good time to start, and then how can it grow with you from there?
So the best time to start is just when the baby is born, because this is the most chaotic time that you have. Well, you don't know when was the last fed, when was the diaper last changed, how much. I know that a lot of new parents are struggling with how much is enough, and how do I know if he ate enough. And this is a really good way to track that. We also know that bigger babies and toddlers are starting to talk, or starting to do a lot of really great milestones and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get into a log that's also logging these kinds of milestones. Obviously, we have milestone capturing feature in the app, but it's also only when it's under the camera in the crib. So if something happens not under the camera, we don't know about it. So hopefully you guys can log it into the app really soon. Yeah.
Yeah, those first steps when they're outside of the Nanit view, it's like, oh darn,
Yeah.
some video. Oh, love that. Well, thanks to everyone who's dropping in some feedback and thoughts into the chat already. We're noting these down, and we'll definitely keep an eye out. If any last questions want to be dropped in, feel free to add those in the chat. Oh, here's a question. Is there a way to export data from the activity tab? Does it also include graphs or a way to interpret the data better other than just scrolling through the activity? Bar, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, great question. As I said, we're thinking about the next steps, and this kind of feedback are really, really helpful. We know that a lot of parents are using the log to also share with pediatricians and looking at the data and see everything is okay. I hope by the end of the year we can have some kind of graphs and summaries for logs. So yeah, I really hope we can get to it really soon.
Yeah. And the more people who are asking for it, the better it
The
is.
better.
So it definitely helps us with, there's so many things we want to do, and it's really helpful to hear from our attendees and our community members what is most important to you so that we can help with the prioritization as well. Awesome. Any final questions that want to be asked now? Speak now. Okay, are you able to sync the Nanit to a Fitbit or Apple Watch? It would be nice to have for night feedings. So we do have Apple Watch for like notifications coming through, Bar. I don't know if there's anything else on the care log side that you could add there.
So we don't, but we definitely think about some kind of widget on the phone or some kind of option from Apple Watch. But again, as much as we get the like how much people want it and what are they gonna do this with this, like Andrea, I'll really like to hear how would you use it and how would you use it and how for which long would you use it. So as much as we know, the better.
Great. Okay, then I think we're just about set there. Really excited to be announcing this to everyone here, to our community first. And as I mentioned earlier, we will be posting the recording of this session in our community either later today or tomorrow, and we'll send out an email when that's available. We have these every month at the last Thursday of each month, so keep an eye out in the Nanit News category for the next one at the end of June. And as I mentioned, we also will be posting like a proper feature launch post for this on Monday of next week. So please feel free to comment on that with additional feedback as you start to explore with the feature and use it and try it out. We're really excited to hear your feedback. And if you have any requests or questions, just let us know. So thanks all for joining, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.